Yo, yo, give me a mic check, man. Let me know that you can hear me. Please. Let me know. Put it in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Monica Montgomery, what's up? Can you hear me, Monica? Oh, man, you know what? I didn't check the settings. You can hear me loud and clear? I hope I'm coming through my microphone. Cool, perfect, because I didn't check the settings, man, where I could have been pulling off my microphone over there. Hope Tolo Bay, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? All right, man, shit, man, let's go, man, thumbs up, man, quick 10. Let's do a quick thumbs up, man, real fast. Let's get the count up this to a modest decade of 10. And then we get started, man, because yesterday I said I was going to do a quick video in the daytime. What up, First Off Vision? Siron, what's good, man? I was going to do a video on planning the day based off of, understanding the Zodiac wheel, right? And so, street, AKA concrete. So before we get started, man, I'll just wait till we can, get a few more people in the room, man. But get the lights up, make it match the room real fast. Nikki Love 621. What up? I didn't see you last night. Nikki Love, was you on here last night? That was like 2.5 hours, man. I didn't know it was gonna be that long. Yeah. And so, man, let's just go ahead. You were sleeping. That was what's up. We gotta rest up. That was like, what time we going? That was 8:30 East Coast time. Let me find out you're an old lady. Yeah, I took it down and re-uploaded it and whatnot. So, all right, man. So let's get into something real fast. I can't use that wall because I got properties on that wall. And so, looking at the order of the Zodiac wheel, only thing you have to do is if you go pull up a type in Zodiac houses and you type in Google Images so you can see the wheel itself. The wheel has an order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it goes in a circle because it's a wheel. All right. And what up, Lance Gray? What's good, man? And, when you look at the order, if this is universal law, and I believe it is, then what is it telling us to do? Most importantly, how can we take advantage of the universal day, the law, to ensure success throughout the day? Okay. So now the first house says deal with Aries. Aries is workout, it's martial, it wants to get up and it wants to dominate. So this is a strong workout energy. In conquest, you'll conquer the world. And it's martial arts, it's kick ass, it's militant, but it's your passion as well. Okay. And so should we wake up and be passionate? Should we wake up and work out? I'm gonna say, I think it's saying wake up and work out. The next order of the day after Aries is on the ascendant, then comes Taurus, the bull, which is the money. Okay. So now after you didn't work out, now's the bull, It's time to get to the business, right? Get to the finances, all right? And then after Taurus, the bull, becomes number 3, Gemini. What up, Coach Michael? Number 3, Gemini, which becomes communications and even travel, okay? So to me, this becomes the marketing department of what you're going to do, more or less, especially if you're an entrepreneur in a sense, right? This is the marketing department, the communications department, okay? This is, I mean, obviously you're dealing with communications. This is all forms of marketing that can be done here, all right? Black Million, what's good? And so then, so after that, number 4 becomes, this is Cancer, home, family, food, okay? Now, it don't mean that you don't eat breakfast early in the morning after your workout. Just giving you the base blocks, the building blocks of how, what the law is actually stating, right? And so after you then worked out, after you then got to the money, you're doing forms of communication, then you come home, deal with family and food. Next is number 5, which is children and love, fun, and romance. Okay? So I don't know, now that you got off work and you can come home and deal with family, are you now positioning yourself to deal with children, have fun with your romantic other? You know what I'm saying? You know, I can see that. You know, when you get off work, now we gotta go pick up the kids from school, and they got extracurricular activities that they like to do for fun and whatnot. So this is your fun and sport right here at number 5. And, you know, a little bit of romance as well, which could be a little romantic dinner or whatever the case may be. And then at 6 o'clock, which is Virgo, now watch this one, this is interesting. At 6, this becomes taking care of your personal hygiene, your health. So this could be shower, bathing, or working out again. Or maybe you don't work out in the morning, but you like to catch the evening workout, which is here. And not only is this personal hygiene, this is also the sign or area that deals with work, which you do on a day-to-day basis. Now, this could be a second job, or you work, but after you get off work, you come and you start working on something else. But the point of it is, it's like, wait a minute, there is 2 aspects of work. When you deal with Taurus, the bull, which deals with money, at the 2nd house, when you get to the 6th house, that's your day-to-day work. But where you get the money from? You usually get the money from some aspect of work, right? And so there's a double work energy here where you understand the signs or houses 1 through 6, okay? Now, we're not going to get into 7 through 12 because 7 Libra is, look at this. After work for the 2nd time, personal hygiene, then it's relationships, your marriage partnership, then it's relationships, which if you know how this thing works, Libra, the 7th house, is the western portion of the sky, which deals with sunset. So it's nighttime, the sun is descending. And when the sun descends at nighttime, now it's time for you to get into, you know, your relationships, because after 7 o'clock, and I ain't talking about 7 o'clock p.m., I'm talking about the 7th sign is 8, which is sex. So the sun is set, you with your boo, and you about to get something before we go to sleep. That's how it generally goes, right? And so, but I don't want to touch into the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because they're just a higher octave of the first 6, okay? And like I said, once you get to 7 o'clock anyway, Libra, the sun is descending and you're on the back half of the day, and all of that stuff up there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, is relationships, joint partnerships with your sex partner. You're talking about money, and it can be sex right here. Then it's philosophies, and and it gets into all of it. But anyway, like I said, they're just a higher representation of the first six. So through the course of the day, when the sun is up, from sunrise to sunset, we're going to deal with houses 1 through 6. Okay, we can say 1 through 7 if you want to, but 7 after we work out, it's time to put some emphasis on your partnerships. But what's interesting is, again, 1 through 6, there's this double work energy. You feel me? And I'm like, wow. So is the cosmic day really saying, like, you know what? Wake up, work out, sweat it out, go get the money, make sure you're doing some form of communication of, of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Um, Come home, family, eat, make sure you're good. Children, love, romance aspect, and then personal hygiene, possibly work out again and or work on some more business stuff. So there's 2 businesses through the course of a day before the sunset. There's 2 areas of space that deal with business through the course of the day before sunset. Like I just said, Taurus, the bull behind me, and Virgo. All right, this is known as the 2nd and 6th house. Now, you can time this, right, on a daily basis, and it's going to change every year because the sun don't rise at the same time every single day. It's a different time of the year. Then we got daylight savings time. It's just a different point, time rather, that these energies move. But every single day, we track the sun because it's the most visible, with the eye. We track the sun, then there's a way that you could, figure this. Well, I'll take that back. I'll say there's a way you can figure out the motion. You can. Which is going to lead me to another subject, and that's cool. It's called astro feng shui. Houses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all in the more of the northern direction, northeast and northwest. You would never see the sun when the sun is technically in that house. I have to explain this the correct way. For me, this is the eastern direction right here. Okay, the sun comes up in the east. And then what's going to happen is when it comes up in the east at the ascendant mark, this is the first house, due east. But then in a couple hours, the sun is going to be over here. This is my south direction right here. This is technically the 10th house. So now the sun just went from rising, then it went to the 12th house, then it went to the 11th house, then it went to the 10th house, then it went to the 9th house, the 8th house. The 7th house is sunset, which is the western sky. And then from the west, it looks like the energy is going north, but the sun sets. So now the sun, if you was born with a 6th house sun, you were born like at maybe 8 something in the evening. You was born in the evening, sunset. You born in the 5th house, you definitely born, early nighttime, possibly 9, 10 o'clock up in that area. When you're born in the 4th house, for sure, you're closer to midnight. You're the midnight babies, okay? And now when you're born in the 3rd house, it could be about 2 a.m. in the morning, okay? And then when you are in the 2nd house, you are about maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. And then if it's in the 1st house, it's around 6 o'clock in the morning, and the sun is about to come up around 6 o'clock in the morning, depending on time year it is, and it's back right here. You see what I'm saying? So you can never use the sun. So I can't what I said earlier. You can never use the sun to track the 2nd house. Now you have to get jiggy with it. So this is how you get jiggy with it because it's about feng shui. One thing we know for sure is the cosmic energy is real, and Black folks had a beautiful culture where they were building monuments called pyramids in reference to celestial alignments, right? And so now I'm like, well, shit. If Taurus is the bull and it represents money, and you see a bull on Wall Street, and that's the emblem for Merrill Lynch, and the term that they use when the market is doing great and winning is called a bull market, right? This is taking a constellation and patterning your language and your activity behind this. You're now activating right here. All right, so how can you set up your space? Because each space has a zodiacal energy, right? That naturally rules that area of space. Taurus is your northeast corner. Now, this is very interesting because in Freemasonry, you're taught about the northeast corner. All the new candidates that come into the lodge, they come in, they blindfolded, they're sat in the northeast corner because no light shines in the northeast corner. Again, if it's 4 o'clock in the morning, anywhere on the earth at 4 o'clock is local time, the sun is not up. Okay, so you haven't came into the knowledge yet. So now the darkness is going to be symbolic for a state of ignorance, and we're about to get you to come to the light. Okay, and so the northeast corner is usually the first cornerstone. If the masons are involved in building, usually the northeast corner goes first. That brick goes first, and then you build off that particular corner. This is a fact. So this is the northeast corner for us right here in this particular unit. And it was funny because I didn't set it up this way, but I just felt like, I need to set my desk this way, caddy corner, looking at the door, and then I was like, wait a minute, hold on, let me use the science. And I'm like, I'll be damn. I had these swapped. This picture was on this wall, and this one was on this wall, and I said, no, because this is what you can do. I'm about to give you the game, how you grid a room. Download a compass on your smartphone, and it's going to say 0 to 360 degrees, okay? And so due north is going to be 0, okay? So that's going to be the north, okay? So if that's the north, that's technically your 4th house, okay? 0. 90 is east, that's due east, okay? So if you're at 90 degrees due east and you start to move the compass to your left by 30 degrees, you're going to get to 60 degrees. Now, 60 degrees to 90 degrees, that's going to be your 1st house, okay? 90 degrees going back to 60 degrees. Then 60 degrees going to 30 degrees is going to be your 2nd house, okay? All right? And so then now you're starting to grid your 360 degree circumference of your reality, okay? So since this is the northeast corner for me, okay, then I know this is Taurus the bull. Naturally, this is the 2nd house, symbolic for Taurus the bull. So now I have this energies here. Now what I could do is, dig this. Now I need to size up, when will Taurus the bull itself be in the northeast corner? You won't see it in the sky because you don't see constellations in the northeast. You see them in the east, south, and west. You don't see constellations in the sky when they're west going north. You don't see them at all in the north, nor do you see them north turning east. You only see them from east, south, west. You don't see them from west, north, east, okay? So now what you would have to do is, you can do something like get on astro.com, type in your city, where you're at right now, the day right now, and just start tweaking the times until you get Taurus on the 2nd house. When you get Taurus on the 2nd house, the duration of Taurus being on the 2nd house is going to be approximately 2 hours. 2 hours per sign, 2 times 12, because it's 12 signs, it's 24 hours in a day, complete rotation. So when you find out when Taurus hits 0 degrees, the 2nd house, You got about a 2-hour window. Let's hypothetically say 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. your time. This is a perfect time for you to do your money visualizations because the natural wheel of the zodiac, bam, is in the space that it's supposed to be. Imagine behind this wall, ladies and gentlemen, right now, or at 4 o'clock in the morning, Taurus, the bull of the constellation, is right there. I can't see it, but I know it's there. And that energy is coming straight through this particular bull on the wall. Well, in 2 hours, the energy of Taurus is going to shift over here. It's no longer right here in perfect alignment with the bull. You see? So now when you grid your northeast corner, like I just told you, you have to find the time because this shit shifts. It may be 4 o'clock in the morning now, but it may be 3 o'clock next month, or maybe 5 o'clock next month. You see what I'm saying? So you have to stay on top of it. But this will be the time when, again, the natural signs are in the positions of space that they naturally move, because the signs keep on moving. So the space is stuck. East is east. It ain't moving. East ain't never moving. So the signs are there, and then the next one comes, and then the next one comes, and it just keeps rotating around the space. Well, they fit. Some of them naturally move it. You got to figure out where it fits. Ooh, man, I got some good game on that, man. Seriously. And then that's when you go in and you do your thing, because now the money is not enough. Now that's the universal rule, because Taurus naturally rules this energy. Now, what happens? You can do the same thing if your chart, like for example, Cancer. Cancer is my second house. So technically, for me, when Taurus is here, Cancer is right here, where the success sign is. So when I tap into here at 4 o'clock in the morning, and this energy now rotates here, Cancer, which naturally is right here when I was born as my money house, Cancer comes immediately up after that. So really, I got a 4-hour window that I can tap into the universal natural flow, and then my personal chart comes. I just happen to be, Cancer. My Cancer happens to be right there for me. Cancer just so happens comes after Taurus. No, I'm sorry. Gemini comes after Taurus, but after Gemini comes Cancer. Okay, and so then I have to wait a little minute, and then it's going to be right there. So they come in pretty much almost back to back. So now you can go find your zodiac sign and say, all right, you know what? My second house ruler is Scorpio. Okay, then you have to go figure out when Scorpio is on the second house. And when Scorpio is on the second house, then you can run up with your northeast corner, which is your money corner. The northeast corner is your money corner. The western wall is your relationship wall. The south wall is your career, success, ambition, which you want to be known for in a sense, your accomplishments. That's that wall. Okay. Family is on the northern wall. Because the only thing we're doing now, this is how you set up the temple cosmically, the cosmic temple. Okay. All right. Any questions? I hope you understand that. Only thing you gotta do is like pull out charts and pull out, houses, and take your time and listen to it, pause it, grid it right, man. That's a good homework assignment for you to do, man. So any questions? I gotta get on with the business day here. So go ahead. If you got a question, put it in the chat. Let me know what you're working with. Y'all good? Y'all straight? Man, YouTube really need a screen share. If you just wanted to, you should just be able to push a button and share the screen. I don't know what's wrong with that. I need to tweet them. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Potolo. All right, say the setup again. All right. So, all right. I want you to download a compass on your smartphone. So the compass is going to go from 0 all the way to 360 degrees. Okay. All right. And best place to start for a beginner, in my opinion, is Robert Hand Planets in Transit, accompanied with the self-activation workbook that I wrote. It's on myastrologycoach.com. I probably got like 2 more in my office before I have to run Princess some more. So sign it. Maybe that would be worth something one day. I'll sign it, autograph it to you, and I'll mail it to you. The self-activation workbook is on myastrologycoach.com. Get your shot to that. Because that's going to show you how to set your chart up for yourself and answer questions about your own chart. And then Robert Hand's book, Planets in Transit. So say you was born with the sun in the 8th house. You can go to Robert Hand's book, read the sun transit through the 8th house and get a definition of what that energy means. So it's dope. All right. All right. So now when you get to a compass, 0 degrees is going to be north for sure. 90 degrees is going to be east. Okay. And what is it? Let me pull it out. All right. Just say I get Robert Hand's book. Oh yeah. Appreciate it. Hold on. I'm about to go to the Play Store right now. I'm not an Apple person. I actually dislike Apple products. And I'm gonna go get a compass. Go get a digital compass real fast. Bam. Install this thing. All right. All right. Hit open. All right. Here we go. Right. So I don't know if y'all can see. There you go. So if I can get it to the red, red is true north. Okay. Red is true north. So north is 0 degrees. And then true east, like I said, is 90 degrees. Okay. And then south is going to be 180 degrees. And that means west is going to be 270 degrees is west. Okay. So the only thing you're doing is pretty much drawing a cross to grid out the 4 cardinal directions. Okay. So if we want to do that little assignment real fast, let's draw a cross like Jesus the Christ. Okay. And on top of your cross, I want you to write 0 degrees. Okay. 0 degrees. And then that's which is north. Okay. All right. So we're going to have a cross. This is going to be north. You can do north at the top, that's fine. But most importantly, you have to know that it's 0 degrees, okay? Then from the north, like I know this is my northern wall. So like on a map, east is going to be to the right. That's going to be 90 degrees, okay? South will be at the bottom, which is going to be 180 degrees. And then west is going to be to the left, which is going to be 270 degrees, right? And so now I know each zodiac sign. All I did was this. I just set up a cross, okay? North is at the top, 0 degrees. Then I went east, 90 degrees. South, 180. West, 270, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is, I know each zodiac sign is approximately 30 degrees, okay? And so, if I drew, just say, because we want to work on this northeast corner. So the first one is basically from north to north, not all the way east, but north to northeast is 0. This is going to be 30 degrees. And then 30 to 60 degrees is going to be another one. Okay. So you're going to go 0, 30 degrees, then 60 degrees, then it's 90 degrees. And the only thing you got to do is divide that northeast quadrant up evenly. That's all you're doing. It's trying to get 30-degree gaps. You can use a protractor and do this thing. Seriously, right? And so now I know that the northeast corner, all right, is going to exist between, because if the north is here, true north, I know true north is my 4th house. I know that. True north is my 4th house. So then the third is going to be from 0 to 30, it's going to be the third. And then from 30 to 60, it's going to be the second. And then from 60 to 90 east, it's going to be the east. Okay? Which is actually 60 to 90 degrees is actually going to be what we call the ascendant, the first house. All right? And so you find your northeast corner approximately 60 to 90 degrees. That's going to be your money house. Okay? The northeast corner. So that's how you grid it. The only thing I did here was it's not evenly, but I took the north and the east, and then I want to break this up evenly. You see what I'm saying? Into these little different sectors of 30 degrees. So again, you can take a protractor, put the protractor at 0, go 30 degrees, bam, then draw a line back to the center, then go another 30 degrees, bam, and then you're there. And this is how you draw your perfect circle when you grid it out. And that's your money house, okay? And so then again, like I said, then you just, go and look and see when Taurus in your location, in your city. So you put today's date in, when will Taurus be on the 2nd house? Okay? And then bam. Once Taurus get on the 2nd house, this is the universal law of matching up. But then you may have your own thing. Your 2nd house wasn't Taurus. Your 2nd house, again, like I said, could have been Scorpio. That's going to be 6 hours later. The Scorpio is opposite Taurus. So whenever Taurus comes, you got Scorpio in the 2nd house, you got to wait 6 hours later for Scorpio to be right there. And then that's your natural flow right there. So you got universal law, and then you got natural flow for you. So you got to know both of these, okay? All right. So what's 2 in the afternoon? So 2 in the afternoon is the southwest side known as the 9th house. So I was born at 1:43. So I'm like almost 2 o'clock. That's the 9th house. Usually these people are in the 9th house, but depending on your location at the time, all right, it could put you in the 10th house, depends. So it just kind of depends. Your location is vital because the Earth has a certain angular tilt as it's spinning. And so your location is absolutely vital. You see what I'm saying? Like the daylight is still longer in the southern United States right now. You know what I'm saying? But the Earth, we're starting to lose daylight hours, and the Earth seems like it's starting to tilt forward. So in other words, if you can imagine light shining on, let's just say Alaska right now, right? The Earth is at this particular tilt where it's shining on Alaska. But now the Earth is starting to take a tilt where it's about to lean down. And so if it's leaning down, then, well, let's do it the other way. If Alaska's getting light and it's leaning down at its maximum tilt like that, it's getting all light. Then when it starts to lean back, now the southern at the bottom, look at that. If this is the southern United States, if I lean back, the bottom is actually swinging up. It's kind of like if you fall, your feet go in the air. So the bottom portion of your body, when you fall, starts to swing upward. So now the top of the earth is tilted away from the sun, and then it's swinging the bottom half up, and now the people on the bottom side is getting more light. So where you're at is 100% very important, okay? Because for me, what's in the eastern sky may not be in the eastern sky for you. You know what I mean? And so get your location for sure. But 2 p.m. usually, or 2 p.m. usually is around the 9,000. And when that happens, this is people who are teachers, philosophers, world travelers, can either be law, judges, things of that nature. Okay? All right, you're welcome, man. So, anything else? Come on, man, shoot to the now's the time. Any questions? Come on, put it in the chat. Let me know. I didn't pay for that yet. Let me see. Y'all good? Y'all straight? We can conclude. Stone Mountain. So, July 25th, maybe. The 24th is the book signing. So the 25th is a Sunday. So I want to say July 25th is the play for Stone Mountain. So it's a book signing, Hip Hop Laws of Attraction. Y'all don't know it yet, but I'm about to let y'all know. Give y'all a heads up. It's already on Amazon. It posted today. So you can go to Amazon, get Jude's new book called The Hip Hop Laws of Attraction. But if you're coming, it's all good. He's coming through with something. So we're gonna do a book signing on Saturday the 24th of July in Atlanta. Location and stuff, get with Jude. Then that Sunday, mosey on up to Stone Mountain. Now, I have to tell you this. The week prior, I'm going to be in a big real estate thing. So I'm not, Jude got to be there. He's going to be there. So I'm not 100% certain I'm going to be there personally. But that don't stop you. I'm just letting you know that I got some big real estate shit going on. Like, this is apartment building investing. I'm about to get rid of or stop buying these houses I got and start going into apartments, and I got a big 3-day thing going. And somebody had a preliminary date of that same weekend to get together and whatnot. But when you rock with the priesthood, I want you, giving a disclaimer that you got the information on hip hop laws of attraction and quantum and cosmic phenomena. And then there's a whole nother switch that gets flipped that says, okay, you got to deal with this black and white issue here. And the warriors of you who understand the laws of attraction based on mentalism, then we visit Stone Mountain and we have a certain intent that's there that's going to emanate from that particular space. So now, you got to turn into a warrior. You ain't doing nothing crazy. It's just all about, I'm just going to keep it real with you. Stone Mountain is the home to the second Ku Klux Klan. They decided to form like 1915, I think it was 1914, 1915 in November. And they had their little inaugural meeting on top of Stone Mountain. This is a fact. You type in Stone Mountain KKK, go to Google Images, you're going to see a flyer that they made for it. And on the side of Stone Mountain are 3 gentlemen who were Confederates. The president of the Confederacy, Mr. Jefferson Davis, Thomas Stonewall Jackson, which is like the second in command of the Confederate Army, and then General Lee, who was first in command of the Confederate Army. These three guys are on the side of the mountain, so therefore, this is Confederate territory. Okay, well, old Confederate territory, because they got stumped and beat when we took that. And so, to keep the energy alive and the spirit of victory, periodically you have to visit the mountain and cast your tent on it, because you're not the only one that got ancestors. Confederates got ghosts too. They got ghost intelligence. You're out your mind, you think you're the only one that got ancestors. They ain't happening. All right? And so periodically you gotta go to the mountain and you gotta clean it up. Now, we've already shown that when we go to the mountain every single time, there's always a petition that's surfaced that wants to remove those faces off the mountain every single time we go. Last time we went in July of 2015, you will see that the flag disappeared. We was going 7-11 that year, and I think that was a Friday. I think 7-11. And right on that Friday, when we got into town, the Confederate flag came up missing at Stone Mountain. We didn't even have to go to the mountain. The shit was already done because we had already activated that we was coming. As soon as we touched down, the flag went missing. So it's things like that you have to pay attention to. All right. So Hip Hop Laws of Attraction books on July 24th weekend, and then that Sunday Stone Mountain for the warriors that want to use. You feel so much better when you know that you can facilitate from the power of your mind, especially collectively, versus having to get out here and put yourself in, physical harm. You know what I'm saying? You can create what we call walk-ins, Agent Smiths, to come in and start, hey, petition this. NAACP puts a petition out, this stuff is coming off Stone Mountain. Where do you get the idea from? Why at that particular time? Because you're stirring up the ether. Okay? So that's what that is. You're welcome, Tammy. That's what it is. Scientific Mystic, what's good, man? Oh, man, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. I can't wait to do a visual to that joint, man. That's going to be bananas. It's like really one of my favorite topics to really get on. Just so much inside of that stuff, man. All right, but anybody got anything before we did? Try to make sure it wasn't that I didn't say last night, but there's so much to build on. Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Yeah. You make you proud to be an American, and you ain't got to feel no type of way about it. Am I tripping? Am I a sellout? Nah, man. These cats had your back. They had your back before they even established their own country. That's what the Articles of Association in 1774 states. Right? These cats wanted to do away with slavery before they even had their own country. That's amazing. That's amazing. You know what I mean? Now, see, the real spiritual question becomes: if Black folks who were the beneficiaries of the Patriots and the Union, if you turn your back on America, what will you create? And I ain't saying I'm talking about what set of circumstances will fall upon you. Because it's clear that July 4th is stamped with the independence, as we talked about last night. It's clear that, and again, it goes back to Africa. It's clear that, Thomas Jefferson and Adams both died 50 years later on July 4th. And by the way, James Monroe, he dies on July 4th, but in a different year. Okay, as well. That's interesting. This is Thomas Jefferson, man. Vicksburg, Mississippi ends on July 4th. Gettysburg ends on July 3rd. Middle Tennessee Campaign ends on July 3rd, same weekend, same year. This is the pivotal point of the Civil War, as I talked about before. Had it not been for that war, you absolutely would be a slave. And the energy of God, whatever, something had to make a decision on July 4th. Are we going to go with the Confederates and they going to win? Or are we going to ride with the Union and black folks going to be free? And the energy sided with the Union. Now, what happens if we turn our back on this historical day, in a sense? Because the energy it has memory. So when you fussing about it, you're fucking with the configuration of the energy. You're stripping it. Luckily, there's some strong credits that was built up, but you keep fucking with it, it's a cosmic piggy bank that has a lot of currency, and you're taking from it. You're taking from it. You're not trying to add to it. You're taking from it. Now, what happens when you bankrupt it and crack it? Then, boy, that's nasty. That's called HBO will try to come out with a movie or a series if the Confederates won the Civil War. And then you don't want people to even fucking see that shit in mass. Because if people watch a film like that in mass, the popular saying of life imitates art, then some shit is going to pop off in this reality that's going to mirror you going back into slavery or some shit. You don't even want to play that game. So it's dangerous. That's why it's so dangerous for us to be misinformed and then ignorant. And then especially misinformed, ignorant with a negative emotional charge, because it's easier to attract negativity than it is positivity. All right. Right. Yep. Yeah. Monroe was a beast, man. I'm telling you, man, that dude was I rolls with Monroe. They're like him and Abe Lincoln. Woo! I gotta give it to Abe because nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody went to war with that shit. Abe went to war with it. Like, all right, let's make it crack. You know what I'm saying? So Abe gets the #1 spot, but I promise you Monroe is right there. Then I will say, as president, Thomas Jefferson. Grant ain't no joke, but Grant's more in the Civil War as a general. But Grant passes the 15th Amendment, where you get the right to vote and the first black senator hiring rebels, and they'll start coming into Congress under his administration. So, but as president, Grant's like, I don't know, maybe four. Thomas Jefferson's third for me. George Washington was a clever motherfucker as well. You know what I'm saying? Or at least, you know. All right. Anybody? Anything? Trying to make sure y'all good. It's 4 o'clock. I'm gonna go over to Tenant House, man. I'm thinking they're gonna do the right thing. Shorty me some bread, so I gotta go. We gotta pay up. All right. We good? All right, man. George Washington reminds me of Emperor Joseph. I gotta get on Emperor Joseph. I'm not necessarily familiar with Emperor Joseph. Let me get this app off my phone real fast. All right, but yeah, take advantage of the cosmic day. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're an entrepreneur. Like when you're an entrepreneur, you may get into that mode of self-employment first. Like that shit is crazy because everything resides on you before you start having employees. You ain't got no choice. So I was just looking at the day and having this conversation like, yo, you're supposed to wake up, kick ass, and get passionate and work out, then get on the money, then start forms of marketing and communication, then deal with your family. And then deal with your children after that shit. And then you're supposed to actually do some more work. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You gotta do some more work. You know what I mean? Or work out again. In a sense, it's like doing 2 a days. You know what I'm saying? When you do 2 a days, man, listen, I've been in boot camp, man. In boot camp, our day would be like 6 o'clock in the morning, wake up to a goddamn bugle bell going on. I'll never forget that shit. Man, you gotta jump your ass up, grab your motherfucking identification, stand at attention, and have your ID under your chin like this. You know what I'm saying? And then the next day they counting off all this foxtrot. You know what I'm saying? They go to that one, sir one, sir 2, sir. And when you hear them stop counting, that's the cue for the next one, first person to start, which was me. And I was on the top though. Man. Jump off the goddamn top as soon as you hear this shit. Grab your ID, stand at attention, and count off. Then so now it goes from after fucking roll call, make sure that nobody fucking AWOL and escape and shit. Get dressed and get outside on the fucking pad for early morning PT at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. It's PT, and then after that you come in, you shower, then you eat breakfast, then you grab your work gear, take your ass out to work in the field, stop for lunch, finish work, may come back around 4 or 5, get back into the barracks, take that shit off, get your gym clothes back home, go outside, and we about to go PT again or go jogging. We about to go do some form of PT again. And then from PT for the second time when you finish, come in, take a shower, then you're gonna have chow. Then you're gonna have chow. And then after chow, then you're gonna go into your motherfucking barracks and you can have a little downtime. At this point, shit is probably 7, 8 o'clock, and you only got about an hour of downtime in your fucking barracks, and then lights out, and we're gonna do this shit all over again. That's how it's ran. I lost so much fucking fat and weight from doing 2 a days in a 90-day process like that. You understand what I'm saying? It was by far in one of the best shapes of my life. That's the physical phase of the best shape of my life. Then when I was vegan, that was the mental clarity. I would say mental. I would say more as spiritual body weight that was probably the best. And I would say mental clarity to a degree because I almost levitated and I had to stop myself. Smell shit was crazy. And then, as far as best bodies there, now this fat body right here, I got way more information and wisdom within this particular Buddha body. I'm in a Buddha body right now. You know what I'm saying? So I did white bodies and vegan bodies and PT bodies and shit. But the point is, when you exercise that type of militancy throughout your day, you know what they say, the Marines and the Army, by the time you wake up, they ain't got shit done and completed that you would even accomplish in a whole day. There's a rhythm to this cosmic day. And if you get into it, you kick ass and be very successful. All right, man. So y'all need, you know how to get at me, man. Hit me up, leave a comment or whatever. Call me, email me. It don't matter, man. But if you want to see something, do a video, got a question, breakdown, something, man. Feel free to drop the contact, or drop the information in there, and I can get to it and we can talk about it. All right, peace.